Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Absolute Beginner's Guide to Minecraft. I'm Paul of Thebes, and you may remember this place. We were down here, I don't know when, some time ago. I think when we fought the Wither, we had a look down here, and we saw this skeleton spawner. So if I knock these lights out, as you know, when it's dark, these things will start spawning. And we can farm them that way. But sometimes, you know, these kind of things are more efficient if we, well, get a little bit more fancy with it, so to speak. So what we want to do is we want to light this up and continue working away, clearing out some of the space around it. Let me just put that here. Now, let's get to work. Spawners will activate when you are 16 blocks from it and closer. If you're further away than 16 blocks, then it will not activate. It will attempt to spawn about 4 mobs at a time, and it will spawn within an 8x8x3 radius. So we want a 9x9 size room. Give it nice, good space. It'll attempt to spawn anywhere in that space. And the legs of the skeleton in this case will, as I say, by 3 will either spawn at the spawner height, a block below, or a block above. So let us say I will increase the room size to a 9x9. As you can see, it's getting dark over here, so oh boy. It's getting dark over here, so I will need a few extra torches. Or otherwise I'm going to get plenty of these guys spawning around me. I think this was active. Okay. Okay, I have a 9x9 room altogether. I'm going to close this up. I'm just going to put another torch down here. And the other spawner I took care of over here. I did have a light on it, but I just hadn't lit up very well. We've got 2 spawners close together. The only thing is this is a poisonous spider spawner, so it's good for XP. It's just a dangerous one to be messing with. So I am going to stick with the skelly spawner for the moment. Now, when it comes to spawners, the zombie spawner is probably the most common. I think out of all spawners that you'll get, you'll be a 50% chance of getting a spawner of a zombie kind, and a 25% getting the skeleton, and a 25% chance of a spider. I think that's the way it works. Okay. And we do know that if I'm 16 blocks, within 16 blocks of this, that spins frantically and attempts, as you can see, spinning, attempts to spawn, if the conditions are right, about 4 mobs at a time. And it will wait anywhere between something like 10 to just under 40 seconds before it respawns, or attempts to respawn more mobs. Alright, so there's going to be a sweet spot somewhere for me to activate both of these spawners at the same time if I want to, between the two, and it'll be somewhere off in this direction, so I can make myself a little room. Now, for our delivery method, we're going to use water to push them along. So a couple of buckets of that, and we can make our very own infinite water spring below and play around. I'm just doing a bit of tidying up here. I'm closing off this section, and I've got my access out here. Okay, so I'm just making my little infinite water spring here, and I can fill up my buckets and be happy. You will want to make some sort of system to move your mobs when they spawn. Now you need 2 under the space of 2 under here, and you need a space of 2 up above as well. think I might be 3 up, am I? I am. Doesn't matter. Up here, though, you will need... We're going to pop this up on top of... Yeah. I suppose you can use wood, use anything. But basically, you don't want your mob to spawn on top, because it'll just stand there and be standing around and... what use is that? You want it to fall into the water and go. Now, you can make, let's say, over here, a system of water along the side, another one along the side here, and make a trench and push them off in that direction, or which direction you want. Or you can put down water in the corners and have them push us off in this direction and dig out under there. I like to push up a block here just for the corners. Water bucket it here. Brings us a little bit closer to here, and we've less to dig out here. So just over like this, and then down another one so the water flows here, 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 and here. Now everywhere is covered, and they will push us out in this direction. Ah, that's handy, isn't it? Now, if you want, you can go up. You can make an elevator or a mob evader, or whatever you want to call them. And you can go up. I'm just going to go out of here and take that water out for the minute. Okay, so I've removed my water, and this is what it looks like. And just in case you're wondering why there's a stone brick here, it was part of my mines, so I just blocked that off. Don't want to be digging into here. Ah! Where was he hiding? Okay, so still a bit dark around in some spots. Don't want those guys coming after me. I'm gonna close this off for now anyway, and just keep open this room. Let's just put a light in here for the moment. Just light up that. These are the mines. Okay, this will be closed off. Let's just do that now, actually. And we'll leave a little door for us to get out. And it will push as far as here. That's 8 blocks from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to drop down 2 blocks here. 1, 2. And this is where we're going to put in our Mumbo Jumbo patented tiny mob softener. So we're going to put in a dispenser here, and I'm going to put in a little spot for us out here. So let's dig up to our room that should be up here somewhere. Yep. Okay. We might, you know, make yourself some room to work. Don't worry about this, I'll tidy it up later. And you can do the same. What we want to do is we want to get in our working stuff. Now, I'm going to fall down here. Okay? I'll show you that. They get pushed down, and they'll fall down. And they'll fall down just the 2. Don't make them go any further. You know, they won't take any damage from here. The damage is all going to be done with our dispenser and our tiny mob softener. Now I'm going to put a lava bucket in there, but not just yet, because we want to test it. Now I also want, let me see, I'm going to take out that block, and I'm just going to take my sticky piston and pop it there, and then pop a block there. Now the reason for that is, let me show you, take this block out, is we will, let me have a, yeah, I have a lever here, and let's put the lever here. Okay, that will extend that block out and stop any further mobs from falling in here. Now there's a reason for that, and you'll see in a while, so let's shut that off, keep it open for the moment. Okay, let's put a little torch down here so we can see what we're at. Let me just clear some space here. And we'll see what we're at. Okay, that's enough of room for there. Okay, let me just cut out some of this. Let me take out some of this. Don't like. Make some more of that. Plenty of that. Nah, that's tidier. Okay, so I want a sticky piston here, facing up, and I will just put in blocks like that, so we know what we're at, and a block there. Yeah, is that right? We need a couple of repeaters. Yeah, we need a block on top of that, and we need a couple of repeaters. One going into this block, set at 4 ticks, and one coming out of here with the redstone, just one piece, a 2, and a button. One button that'll do. A button here. Okay, I think that's right. Nope, we forgot something. A redstone torch. Silly me. Nah, that's it. Now we have it. Okay, so now we have little timing switch going on here, which will give it a little click. Wait, click, click. Double click is good, because if we didn't put in that, then we'd have trouble. So this will just shoot out a bit of lava and bring it back in. Aha. Okay, that's handy. Thank you, Mumbo Jumbo. I'll put in a link in the description to Mumbo Jumbo's video on how to make this, so you'll see it done properly. Okay, and let us build up around here. I'm just going to put a torch in there anyway, and close this off. Now you might want to make this nice and tidy and shut that in as well. And we're going to go, as I said, we're going to go down another one anyway, because we're going to attack the feet here. So clear a space out for yourself here at their feet, and you have your lava blade there. And that's basically it. Then you'll have one punch to kill them. So let's give that a shot. And I say this is for closing it off, and I'll explain that now in a minute. I'm just going to put a torch here, because it's quite dark. Okay, so I'm going to take out my lighting. There are probably safer ways of doing it than this, but however, you can fiddle around with it. Oh, hold on, there's a bit of a high gap here, isn't there? We don't want that torch there, and we don't want to see through there. I only want it too high. Okay, run out of blocks. That's too high. Lovely. And now we dispatch with the... Let me just put a torch over here. I can get it on the way out. There we go. We've got fellas coming in already. Let me just dispatch of this guy, as he'll probably make life miserable for me. Don't break the spawn or whatever you do. After all that, says you. Okay. Okay, and okie doke. That's our room. Well and truly dark. No torches, and we're going to close it off now, and it'll be very, very dark indeed. And that's access if you need to get in. So we can put a marker here, or you can put a sign, whatever. You're going to remember. So they're going to spawn, as you can hear them spawning already, and they're going to fall down here. Now, there's a chance that they'll see you, so just, you know, remain standing back. You're within 16 blocks of the spawner here anyway. You can AFK here for a while, and they're going to fall down. So let me just let a few of them fall in, and then I'll let go through it. So I'll cut back in. Okay, I'm just back. I don't want to get too many of them there for the moment. I have about 10. I can still hear some of them spawning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually push this lever. Now, we actually crushed one by the sounds of it, but that's okay. I've got about 13 in here at the moment, and as you can see, there's one wearing armor. Maybe even a couple, yeah, there's a couple wearing armor. Don't worry about them, they'll just take a few extra hits to get. Now, the idea of closing it off is that I don't want anyone else falling in while I'm in the middle of burning them. So I'm going to press this button. It's going to get quite loud, so I'm going to stand back. Okay. I could turn my sound down. That would that might make it better if music and sounds and hostile creatures. Let's go hostile creatures. Let's go down there. Yeah. Okay. So they're burning away. And notice it didn't kill them because, you know, that's just the right amount of timing. And all you need to do is just give them a one hit and they die. And they'll drop their bones and their XP. Now, of course, as we say, the guys in the armor are going to take a little extra to kill. And don't stand too close as they can see you. And they will shoot you. Or they might even shoot each other. And you won't get the XP because they're only at one hit. As you can see, these guys take a little extra killing. You could always just go, oh look, I'm fed up of you, and give them a whack with your sword. So you collect bows, you collect, not string, you collect bones and arrows, and you might get some bows, and you might be lucky and get some armor. Okay? Just remember not to stand too close here. And if I release the lever, the other guys are going to fall down. Okay? See, so if I press the button while I don't close the lever, some of them could fall in halfway through and not get a full roasting. So that's the reason for that. I'll close that off, give them a roasting, and then I'm just left to give them a smack. Handy, isn't it? Now, of course, at the bottom here, if you like, instead of trying to pick up this stuff, like see the way you get armor and some drops, instead of that, you could put in a hopper. And we'll just pop down here. And we could put in, say, a couple of chests. And you could always continue that on to somewhere else. Let's just pop this back here for us to stand on. Okay, so let's see what that's like. Release the Kraken. Okay, scorch him. I just move back a step. Okay, and then we have plenty of room. We can get our nice XP, and our stuff falls into the hopper and into the chest. That's good. Now you might get some stuff into your inventory, you might not, depends. If you stay here long enough, you'll amass a good amount of skellies coming into your system. So I'm just going to leave this running for a while and I will come back to you. I derped again. Yeah. Forgot to hit record and I had about 70 odd of them here. And I got my XP and all and was talking away to you, and then it was just about finished and I noticed I wasn't recording. So at the moment I've only got about 45, 46. Can you see that? In the top section of text, you see Minecraft, 90 frames per second, CE. Now, see the E? That's entity, okay? 48 of 128. So there's 128 mobs on the server, and there's 51 of them here. That's roughly how to look at it. Okay, now, as you see, oh yeah, if I point away, you'll see that there's 6, 7 in that direction. There's about 3, 1. There's no entities over there, but there's 51 here. There might be a few over here. Oh, it's about 26 over here. 40. Okay, so there might be a bit of a backlog up there. Have I got this open or closed? It's open. That's alright. Okay, 54. It's mounting up. We'll do it that. Now, I wanted to show you when you lock this and give them a good roasting. I want to say to you, while these guys are standing here, while you're AFKing, make sure you're safe. You know, have a safe spot. Maybe build yourself a little room with a door on it, that maybe an iron door that no zombie can come in. Because if there are any wandering around down these corridors, they can track you and come and get you. Now, instead of me taking these out one by one, like so, and the armored ones are going to be a bit difficult, I've got a health potion here. Good for me, bad for them. So if I throw it at them, there we go. All the XP comes to me. Ah, good stuff. Ooh, lovely. Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? And the rest of them are basically gone, and the stuff is in here falling down and into the chest. And you can see it piling up. So these are drops I've been getting from the previous one and this one. And then, of course, the ones with the armor need a little extra love and attention. So you can just give them a whack with your sword and grab the XP, and the other stuff falls in. Now, you might pick up a few bits and pieces. That's okay. You can always pop them back in there. But you don't want too much. Okay. Okay, well, if you haven't got an infinity bow, you've got plenty of arrows now. And you've got plenty of bone meal to help grow all your plants and your trees and anything else you need. And, of course, to help dye. Not that kind of dye, to dye things white. You can use a similar type thing with zombies. But the only difference with this setup in particular is you want to drop them down one more full block because they have a little bit more health. So you want to move this system down one more because you don't want, you want the lava reaching their head. So you want to drop everything down just one more block, and that's the only difference with the zombie spawner instead of the skeleton spawner. Now, when it comes to the likes of spider spawners, that's a different kettle of fish. So I would stay away from these ones as much as you can, the poisonous ones. And if you get an ordinary spider one, then you can use the same type of setup for the water of moving them. And then when you bring them down to another spot, I would advise you either crushing them. That would probably be the best. Use the pistons like we have there for closing it off. Use a piston to crush them. So when you come in, you would flick that and crush your spiders in the blocks. And that will make them drop spider eyes and string. Now, if you wanted to use it for XP, you would have to set up your crusher with a timer, and it's a case of having to find the right time on how much crushing is good for them to take them down to a one hit. Don't forget, you can also use the potions on them, and that will take them down so many hearts as well. So it's all about experimentation and playing around with it and having fun. As I say, you could use an elevator to bring them up and drop them down. You want to drop them down about 22 blocks, and then you can one hit them. That'll bring them down to about half a heart or 1 heart, whatever it is. Okay, play around with it, enjoy. If you don't know how to do a water elevator, then we might have a look at that in another episode. Okie doke, all the best for now, and take care, and thanks for watching. Bye. I did it again, didn't I? Oh, I didn't. Whew. I recorded this.